I don't
Lauren's a
know.
common friend. I'm sorry.
Stop. So there's all kinds of issues. She's apparently got the water situation straightened out, but let's look at where we can move this to.
What started as a simple eviction case quickly turned into courtroom chaos. A tenant claimed the landlord tried shutting off her water while she fought to save the home she wanted to buy. As both sides argued, the judge called the entire situation ugly and demanded answers before making any decision.
All right, Miss Watkins is here.
Sorry, it took me a minute. I don't know why I did. It was different this time trying to sign on, but here I am. Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
You're a little early, and I appreciate that. This is file number 26772LT. It's entitled, the name is Martin Andrade, but it's the Lauren Howard Trust. Mr. Andrade is there with Mr. Rognus at his office, and Erica Watson is here. Is Pedro Pedrosa there also?
He's
Yes.
there.
All right.
I do not have legal with me.
You don't have who?
Legal aid with me yet, but I have spoke with them and was advised to ask for a trial.
All right. As often in some of these cases, they're a little screwy. This lease appears to be an original lease for the old Clear Lake Marina, but there is no lease between Lauren Howard and Erica Watkins that I was able to discern. And they were asking for a rent of $200 per week. All right, Ms. Watson, this is not a great situation. Do you wish to stay here or do you wish to move?
Can I be honest with Your Honor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move unless I could buy it, and I was told I couldn't. That was until I spoke to Miss Howard yesterday morning. She finally answered me back my messages. So
What did she say?
she asked me why I didn't get a mortgage and that I should get a mortgage. This house has a lot of potential, and I asked that, and I was told that's not an option, but according to her, so now I need to just find her.
All right, well,
And
so did Miss Howard tell you yesterday she would sell you the house?
she told me, yeah, she said I should, literally just yesterday morning. I took a picture of it. I didn't make it to Centerville to drop some of this off to you. I'm very sorry. Gas is at $5 a gallon, and I went out and bought a truck last summer. And
All right, so I'm not even sure, Mr. Andrade or Mr. Rognus, are you aware that Miss Howard has been having conversations with Miss Watkins?
Completely unaware, Your Honor, and I think that's probably a violation. If Ms. Watkins were an attorney, she'd be violating the PRE.
I don't know what that means, but I used to work for Miss Howard. I was her bookkeeper, so I actually know her on a personal level, and I told Martin that. I'm sorry if he didn't listen.
All right, well,
I
this
asked to buy.
all right, Andy, this is in an odd posture. That's a diplomatic way of saying.
Yeah, and not only that, Your Honor, the village is gonna cite this thing for all kinds of code violations because Ms. Watkins has not been taking care of the property, and there's an
That's
outstanding
not true.
Well, we've got the city or the village sending a letter out dated March 16th regarding the condition of the property. And there's also a water bill that's outstanding at $849 as well.
I was at the water bill place yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I talked to Sue, lovely lady, and she informed me that you guys were there and demanded they shut my water off. It's not in anyone's name. We do have a contract to pay the water. My receipt says 7 something, but hey, I get it. Things get
All
messed
right,
up,
now
but yep, I have a payment
hold on,
plan.
just a minute. You said somebody went to the Village of White Pigeon and asked to turn your water off?
Yes, they said that he demanded my water be shut off. And so she then went to the chief of police to say, what do I do? And he came here to have me, and I went down there and talked to her. She knows me. I explained the situation. Okay, I'll go give her some Thursday, and we're good. And
All
she
right.
told me about this, and she don't know who these people are. She said, "Do you know who they are?"
Stop. Mr. Rognes, you know
Andrade
this.
said they're not gonna pay this bill. That's all that he said to Sue down there.
Well, it prompted them to call the police. Mr. Andrade, that could very well violate the landlord-tenant lockout law. And you could cost your principal a lot of money. You can't shut off somebody's water. So anyway, there's a factual dispute. Anyway, this is a mess. And we're gonna need to address it further. The day of the golf outing will be a perfect day to do this, but
No, it wouldn't, because I've got to work that day and you got to be there too.
all right.
And Your Honor, an escrow order as well.
Yes. Well, there's no lease. I'm not gonna grant an escrow order with no lease.
Well, this is a non-payment case, and
I know, but I don't know how much the rent is.
she acknowledged a week ago it was $800 a month.
Well, I also heard $200 a week. This is a typical back of a napkin kind of a deal. Your principal is talking to the tenant behind your back.
Well, the tenant shouldn't be talking to the principal. If she were licensed, that would be a violation of the rules of professional.
Well,
Lauren's a common friend. I'm sorry.
Stop. So there's all kinds of issues. She's apparently got the water situation straightened out, but let's look at where we can move this to. How about June 5th at 2 o'clock?
Not a good day for me.
Okay. Let's take a look at that. I'm gone the 12th. How about June 8th?
Yeah, I've got 2 landlord tenants with you at 125 and 130. So yeah, we can pick it up after that.
All right, let's set it for 122.
What?
We'll just put it in there.
1:22 PM.
Yes, on Monday the 8th.
You sure you don't mean one? I've got stuff set with you at 125 and 130. You want to set it after the 130?
No, I've got something else set, so I'll set it in there. 125. I'll set it for 127. The 2-minute difference is just so they could fit it in the calendar. But Miss Watkins,
Yes, Your Honor.
and Mr. Rognes, you and your client need to figure out what Miss Howard has got going on behind your back. I don't want to do an escrow order because there's no lease. This is all screwy. Mr. Andrade's authority to act may be being undermined by his principal. She's working out some sort of agreement to purchase it. Mr. Andrade doesn't own it, so she can agree to do this if she wishes to. But you're rowing in one direction and she may be rowing in another. Ms. Watkins, Mr. Rognus asked me to do an escrow order, or are you to pay money to the court? And I hold on to it. I would suggest that you set this money aside, because at some point, unless the case is dismissed, I'm gonna order that you pay the back rent. Last time, it was $4,084 that the rent is in arrears. All that is in dispute.
That's-
I-
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna continue this to Monday, June 8th.
Now, okay, I'm sorry, I'm confused, but when do I say I wanted to do a trial?
Well,
The
discuss that
advice
on
I
the
got.
8th.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
Is,
that's what I
I mean,
needed to know.
this is ugly. I at least want to get everybody on the same page.
In their defense, can I say something? And so they know? I sent messages to Lauren before they were even involved. I wanted to buy this house. When they showed up, I said that, and they told me it wasn't an option.
all right, well,
Yes.
maybe it's not.
So I wasn't
Sounds
started,
like there are all kinds of zoning violations. I
which
don't
I
know if
could
there's,
get fixed if I owned it.
all right, so it's not just junk in the yard, it's things, it's like, what kind of issues is it?
I don't know what they're talking about because the code guy came and he was talking about stuff in the house, which are repairs we've been making. I have a stack of receipts for all this. Every summer, spring, we take a pile of trash from the backyard to the dump from everybody else that has been here.
Well, let's assume there is a bunch of trash in the backyard, and whether it's yours or not, it's there. They're telling the landlord, they gotta
No,
clean
not
it up.
anymore. It's not. It's not there anymore. I'm saying in the last 4 years, that's what we've been doing, digging in the dirt. Like I'm talking stuff that they burned and yeah. So
All right.
that's how long it's taken us to get where we are.
All right, we need more
And I
information.
asked, yeah,
We need
I
to bring
asked for
this
them to
all
have the
to-
zoning people come out.
Okay, we'll address it further on Monday, June 8th. All right, Mr. Rognus, you may wish to bring Miss Howard into this conversation. Perhaps you could reach some conditional order of dismissal. All right,
Okay,
thank you. Next matter we're going to address is Riverside Townhouses versus Rachel Hurd. Let me make a note here. The defendant, Rachel Hurd, is present by Zoom. Also present is Riverside's manager, Lori Kalmbach. And this is a demand for non-payment of rent case. At the time it was filed, rent was noted to be $411 per month. What's the current arrearage?
Your Honor, I'm showing rent to retain in the amount of $1,304, unless that has changed.
No.
That's okay. So that is the current amount, $1,304. Attorney fees and costs in the amount of $186.18 for a redemptive amount of $1,490.18 due and owing through the end of this month.
You're very good at that. You'd be amazed at how often I ask counsel how much is due and owing, and they fumble around with it. It's like, that's a fundamental question. You laid it out just the way we need to understand it, so thank you for that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Hurd, what's your position here? It looks like you're several months behind on the rent through May.
So I probably didn't go upon the right way of withholding my rent, but I informed them that I had termites. They had told me they were flying ants. I multiple times have brought down the bugs to the office. And they sent Rose out maybe one time to take care of that, and they are still here. They put maybe 1 or 2 traps, and that was about it. And I came home, and there was over probably 100 on my floor.
You believe they're termites?
They are, yes.
Well, that's distressing. All right,
Not
well, there
only,
is a way to do it. If you withhold your rent, and put it into escrow, I've only seen anybody do it right about once or twice in 25 years. But there is a way where you can withhold your rent if you feel that there are issues. Often it has to do with a furnace or water or heat or other things. When did this arise?
probably the beginning of March, I want to say. I came home one day from work and went to go into my kitchen, and when I flicked the light on, there was termites all over the floor, all over my counter, dishes, everything.
Do you want to move out of there?
I just would like it taken care of. I don't feel it's sanitary for my 8-month, well, at the time, 8-month-old to be crawling around with termites on the floor. Also,
No,
they were on his feet, like his food tray, his blankets, his clothes. They were upstairs in my bathtub, in the sink. It's just like they kept migrating. They kept moving more.
all right, well, Ms. Kalmbach, what do you know about this?
I do know that we had them treated, and I was told by our pest control that they were flying ants.
No matter what they are, I don't want them all over my apartment. When was it treated?
Yep. And I know that she came down to the office once and spoke to me. I don't know about more than once, not to me personally.
Did she ever tell you she was gonna stop paying the rent?
No, sir.
You have this in any other units?
No.
Well, that's a blessing. All right, so we gotta figure out what we're gonna do. I wouldn't wanna be there with an infant child with. So there is a way to do this. You pay your rent into escrow and, the court holds on to it. And it may be a situation where your rent would not be zero, but your rent would be abated or reduced because of this bug infestation.
Correct.
Bless you.
So I don't know, Attorney Haddad, do you have any suggestion here?
Yes, I just have a couple questions for my client and possibly for the defendant. So first and foremost, what is the method of Riverside of making any type of maintenance request? Is it done through a portal? Is it done by calling a number? Is it done by coming down to management?
They can call us at the office or they come to the office, either way.
Okay, and then you indicated that the defendant has only spoken to you about the infestation one time. Is that correct?
Correct.
And is that usually noted on something?
Yes, we have a log.
Okay, and then, so you don't have any other logs or any other maintenance requests regarding those flying ants, whatever they may be?
No.
Okay, and then when was the last time that it was treated?
I would have to grab the log.
Okay, so if you could just grab the log, find out when it was treated, but also how soon can we get someone out there to treat it again or to inspect and assess and treat it as necessary? Because I think that is something that we need to do. And in the meantime, Your Honor, I would ask for an escrow order, and I can submit one to the court if need be for the time being. But I would probably request an adjournment on this one, obviously, and then between now and the next adjournment date, we would have to get somebody out there to treat it. And then I would ask also Ms. Hurd that just going forward, it's the landlord does not, they don't have ESP. They wouldn't know otherwise unless you let them know that the problem still persists. there's a landlord-tenant relationship, a fiduciary relationship that exists. So I would encourage both parties to communicate effectively with each other. Otherwise, an issue cannot be resolved such as this. So just going forward for future reference, communication is key, because outside of court, there is still a fiduciary relationship here that needs to be maintained. So let's get somebody out there to, how soon can we get somebody out there to inspect and to treat?
Well, let's first figure out, when was the complaint made and when was the property treated? Can you check your log, Ms.
Yep.
Kalmbach?
I'll be right back.
Thank you. Because I do see here that the rent was paid through February 2026. March is when rent stopped being paid, and then I did hear the defendant indicate that she discovered the infestation around March. So that would check out.
I also have, so before Amanda had left here, when I had told her about, she told me to put the bugs in a baggie and give them to maintenance so maintenance could take them down there.
I've never really heard of that before, so I don't know. I can't really speak as to
Okay,
what
so
the
that's what I
process
did.
is.
I just put them in a bag and gave them to maintenance. So
All right, when you put dust in a baggie, you put bugs in a baggie.
Yeah.
the bugs.
All right, that dust in a baggie is something different. All right, when was that?
I want to say in March sometime.
Okay, so around the same time. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have 100% date on that.
All right, Ms. Kalmbach, what can you tell us?
Okay, so I see that she reported and we wrote it down as ants, possible termites on March 6th is when we put her into the book. And our extermination company comes out, I gotta look at my calendar, the first Friday of each month. So she would have reported them the day that pest control should have come out.
And do we have a log that pest control actually did come out and treat?
Yes.
Is there an invoice?
They come in,
Okay, and when did they come out and treat?
She initialed it on 3/6 as well.
Okay, so they came out and treated the same day that she discovered the issue.
Yes.
Okay, does that sound correct, Ms. Hurd?
No. I don't recall them being
pest
this
control put
being.
in the book.
Well, did they
So
come out in March and do a treatment?
I had called the after hours because that's what I was told to do, is get a hold of after hours to report the issue. Well, they told me there was nothing they could do about it. So they said wait till office opens back up.
All
I'd
right,
have to
well, did they come out in March and do a treatment?
I believe one, and I don't think it was the same day I reported it.
Okay, did you ever report it again?
That was the time I put the ones in the bag for Amanda. And
So
maintenance actually
after it
came
was
to my door
treated-
and grabbed them.
All right, you put some bugs in a baggie and gave it to them after the treatment?
Yes.
When was that?
Your Honor, if I may just ask, who's Amanda?
She was the last lady at the front office. She had just recently stepped out.
Okay, so I guess now we just need to have somebody come out and treat the issue. When is as soon as we can get someone out to treat it? Is my
I'll call
question.
today and find out. Usually it's within a few days. I have to call Rose and find out when they can come.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to do an escrow order, which is what you do when you don't want to pay your rent, you pay it to the court. So I'm going to do an escrow order. Is rent still $411 per month?
To my
Yes.
knowledge, yes.
Why is it so dark? And turn the light on.
All right. Escrow order, you have to pay May's rent of $411. And $411 per month as we go on. If we go into June. There are a lot of facts we don't know. Nobody's under oath here this morning. We actually need to take some testimony on this. I have bed bugs, ants, Bed bugs are the worst. Cockroaches, I have bug hearings several times a year. And we try to figure out, did the tenant bring the bugs to the apartment or did the apartment bring the bugs to the tenant? You didn't bring in flying ants. They're endemic and it's something they want to get a handle on. Did you take any photographs of this?
Yes, Your Honor, I have photos and videos, and also there is a rotted wood part out in my siding on my wall. That is, I believe, also from them as well.
All right, the question then becomes, how much should rent be and how much do you actually owe? I don't know. We're talking about March, April, and May's rent. March and April are past. I'm gonna order that you pay May's rent to the court at 4/11. And if we get into June, you're also gonna pay June's rent.
Okay.
And when I make a determination about how much rent is due, we can apply that money to the rent. If you don't pay the escrow account, I'm gonna give them the relief they asked for. I'm gonna tell you to pay a certain amount of money or move. I
Okay.
think it's gonna take us a little while to do this. I think there's more to this than just coming out and looking at it. It sounds like maybe, what was Amanda's last name?
Wolf. WOLFE.
All right, she's gone. Ms. Kalmbach has managed some other properties here in St. Joe County for a number of years. All right, let's figure out where we're gonna put this. As council indicated, we've got a holiday on the 25th. We do our landlord tenants on Mondays and Fridays. Two weeks takes us to the 29th. We'll still be in the month of May. I'm gonna set this for 11:15 on Friday, May 29th.
Your Honor,
Yes?
I will be on vacation out of state.
Well, when will you be back?
I leave the 20, well, I'll be gone the week of Memorial Day. I'll be back on the 1st.
Well, we could reset it for June 1st. Let's see what we got there. It's not too full. I would set it for 2:30 on June 1st. That will mean this, Herb, you owe May's rent and June's rent. 2:30, 6/1/26. I would be interested in seeing your photographs and your videos. Once you start paying the rent again, if you pay May's rent and June's rent into escrow, there's no absolute urgency here. But a fear is this, out of the 200 apartments there, yours the only one that has this problem.
I was talking to my neighbor. She said that she saw a few every now and then. She doesn't see them often. But I also was informed that they have black mold in their apartment. So I was trying to figure out maybe who I could go through to get a black mold test here as well. Because both my kids are
Well,
sick.
it's gonna take us a while. You also believe you have black mold?
There is black mold next door in my neighbors on their
Oh, okay.
ceilings. So I just don't want it to transfer to the vents and then somehow work its way over here.
I don't blame you there.
Well,
All right.
Yeah, well,
we're
so
gonna-
yes, so there's a difference between mold and mildew. So that obviously that's for a professional to determine. So yeah,
we're not there yet. I don't
Right,
wanna-
right.
Anyway, you're gonna pay me May's rent and June's rent by the
Okay.
time we have the next hearing. Your rent's $411 per month. You'll get an escrow order Plaintiff will prepare it. $411 per month starting May. We'll have a hearing in June and we'll see what's been done with the treatment of the bugs. Then we got to figure out how we recalculate your rent because of the bugs. So it may take us a while. Now, remember, if you don't pay the escrow money, they'll get what they ask for. So, we'll address it further.
And I'm more
Alright.
willing to pay for the rent. I just would like the issue taken care of so my son and daughter aren't living in the bugs. Like, that's not. It's very hard with a crawler and a walker with termites on the floor and everything.
All right, we'll go to June 1st, see where we are. Ms. Haddad will send me
And us forward, yes.
escrow. All right,
Yes, I will.
thank you.
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, Ms. Hurd, thank you. This is a little more complicated than sometimes, but we'll address it again on June 1st at 2:30.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, there we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm waiting for Mr. Fleeman, the attorney for the plaintiff, to show up. Can you see me?
Yep.
Yep.
Very good.
Your Honor, I'm also here too. We didn't see the point in doing two Zoom
And you're
visits.
Bernard?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. All right, while we're waiting, I might as well just go ahead. Your tenants in a landlord-tenant proceeding, your landlord has asked you to pay
Yes.
the rent or move. That's called a non-payment of rent case. As such, a defendant, you have the right to hire a lawyer. If you can't afford an attorney, you can see if legal aid would represent you or seek other legal representation. You have the right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell the court at this first appearance or file a written jury demand within 5 days and pay the $50 jury demand fee. If your landlord has asked you to move because you haven't paid rent, you may be able to get assistance from several possible sources: the Department of Health and Human Services, DHS, Community Action Agency, Neighborhoods, Inc., or if you're a veteran, you may be eligible for some veteran services. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord by going through mediation, in which case, if both parties are interested, the court can refer the matter to a mediator for a possible settlement. That's never happened yet, but it might one day. And finally, you may be able to reach an agreement with the plaintiff that would result in what's called a conditional order of dismissal. This law firm, the Bradshaw Law Office, does a lot of those. Mr. John Bradshaw is joining us now.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. This is the esteemed Mr. John Bradshaw. He's representing Legacy LLC. Title of the case is Legacy NWI LLC versus Carolyn O'Brien and Bernard O'Brien. I did advise the defendants of their rights. I didn't have the record turned on, but I advised them of their rights as tenants. And Mr. John Bradshaw is here. This is filed as a demand for non-payment of rent. Rent is pretty substantial, $1,215 per month. Mr. Bradshaw, what's the status here today?
So, Your Honor, I'm showing that the current amount due through the month of May is $3,900. There's $237.14 in court costs, so the total due is $4,137.14. I might note, however, that I'm looking at the ledger and it has probably what you would deem are 2 late fees that are not going to be acceptable, one in April for 100, one in May for 100. So I would suspect that that would be reduced by $200. There are additional late fees of 45, which I think you accept those.
I'd allow a 45, but I would cut those into $50.
Well, they're for the same month.
Oh, $100 for the same, 45 and 200s?
Yeah. Well, 45 on the first, 45 on the second, and then 100 on the 11th.
Oh
So
my,
I'm assuming you will just eliminate the 100.
yes.
And I'll inform my client of that if they're not here. I don't see them here. At
All right,
any
well,
rate,
we should-
here.
We're not.
Or
this
not
client.
client.
No, you meant the company.
yeah.
All right,
So
well, let's ask,
it-
what's your intention, folks? Do you wish to try to stay here or do you plan to move?
Yes, we wish to try to stay here. We went to the DHS office and put in an application for state emergency relief. We have also, in case that doesn't go through, have went to our bank and
Tried to get.
have applied for a personal loan to catch the rent up. Our bank has gotten back a hold of us and said something about
Needing more.
just they needed more information, so we gave them that information. So we're just waiting on confirmation of that. I don't know if I doubt that there's any agreeable way that they will. I don't know, but I mean, if we can make some kind of payment arrangements or whatever.
All right, well, let's talk about this. The law requires that we adjourn this at least 7 days.
Okay.
Give me a moment here. Thought I had this program open, but I didn't. Mr. Bradshaw, in light of the fact they have gone to the DHS, would you like me to continue this for 2 weeks?
Sure, that'd be fine. And in the meantime, folks, if I could get your contact information, we might be able to, the court, I'm sure, talk with you about the ability to do a conditional dismissal.
Right.
More than happy to do that. But if we do it 2 weeks, there's a good chance, let's see, the 2 weeks will be the 29th. So we'll
That
still
would
be in
take
May.
us into- Yeah.
Well, yeah, sort of. Why don't you just give me your contact information and I will.
Just a minute, you've got another legacy case set for Friday, May 29th.
Okay,
Havens, so I'm gonna set this for 9:41, so we can. On 5:29.
and if you have a pen, can I give you folks my
No,
phone
just,
number?
I'm gonna, yes, okay, go ahead.
Just a moment, she's grabbing one.
Then you call me and we'll see what we can do.
All right. Yeah, I'm hoping we can resolve this.
Now, I don't wanna put your contact information out over the live feed, so what you're gonna do is call Mr. Bradshaw. And he can get your email and your other information. You can discuss possible resolution with a conditional order of dismissal. The law requires I adjourn this 7 days. I've adjourned it 14 to give you more time to find out about your emergency financial assistance.
Right.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bradshaw, I'm ready.
Okay, so area code 269-569-7590. One more time, 269-569-7590.
All right.
Yep, we got it.
All right, cool. Give me a call and we'll work on this.
All right, sounds good, sir.
All right. In the meantime, Mr. and Mrs. O'Brien, the matter is set for 2 weeks from this morning at 9:41. I've already got a case set for 9:40, but I'm thinking this case might be resolved. And Mr. Bradshaw's office is scheduled to be here at that same time. So
All right.
he'll discuss this with you. We'll see what DHS is going to say. Whether the bank will loan you money or not, I don't know. Now,
Right.
when I see you next on the 29th,
Uh-huh.
the next month would be June. And
Right.
June's rent we do on June 1st. So your rent is quite high for our
Right.
1,215 a
Well,
month is pretty.
here's the, also, what when they rented to us, they told us that he said he was charging us an extra 75 a month to start with, at 6 months that he would consider taking that back off.
Well, I'm not sure the DHS will give you any assistance with rent this high.
Right. Well, I mean, they may not, and that's why we thought
Well,
about that too.
Are you employed?
Yes. There was a moment there where
Both of us
were unemployed, and that's how we kind of got in the situation.
But you're
And
both
but we're
employed
both
now?
employed. Yes, we are both employed now,
time.
full time.
Very good.
So, I mean, if we
All
can
right, you call Mr.
find a way to get
Bradshaw.
through this, we're good.
Yes, if we can get through May and then maybe June. Okay, you call Mr. Bradshaw, he'll discuss this with you. Your next hearing date is May 29th at 9:41 a.m.
All right. Thank you
All
very
right,
much,
thank
sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, I
Mr.
have
Yeah,
I have
you
a
got
hearing
some
at
later stuff.
9:50. I'm just gonna log out.
One courtroom, dozens of defendants, and nonstop chaos. From meth possession and welfare fraud to resisting police and violent felony charges, every case revealed another harsh reality. Some defendants begged for second chances. Others argued with the judge. And some were warned they could spend years in prison. One father told his son not to obey police orders, while another defendant faced a 20-year felony over meth charges. The judge stayed calm, but the pressure inside the courtroom kept building with every case called. This wasn't just a normal court session. It was a non-stop reminder that every decision has consequences.